This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, we'll find out how artists are working to promote the negative potential effects of climate change. The research of some postgraduate students is published. We take a look at their findings and how they're being used. And Dunedin's Botanic Garden gets a new tree, marking a milestone in the Hare Krishna movement. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Dupree. The Dunedin School of Art is hosting a symposium on creativity and climate change. It's about how artists are working to effect change in order to save the planet. And the 10-day series of events is centred around a main exhibition of work from local and international artists.
Art, which its creators hope can make a brighter future. All of the works in this Art and Future Energy, Climate and Cultures exhibition have strong messages to do with the environment. Curator and art school senior lecturer Peter Stupples is hoping this display has a positive impact on the earth.
Art very often looks backwards or looks at the present, but we are trying to find out whether art can really make a difference in social perception about what will happen in the future, particularly with climate change and global warming.
Work in this exhibition has come from New Zealand, Chinese and Australian artists. All are reflecting and predicting a fairly bleak future if nothing is done about climate issues.
There is no doubt about climate change. The doubters will find that they are wrong, I think, because there's so much scientific evidence from people here researching at Dunedin, at the University of Otago. But we are turning our attention to the arts and the way in which art can be useful or thoughtful in the way in which we think for the future.
The 10-day exhibition is on at the Dunedin School of Art in the Otago Polytechnic's campus on Rygo Street. It's being showcased alongside a 2-day symposium dealing with how climate change is predicted to affect parts of Dunedin.
One of the works we have is a concept by Stuart Griffiths of a South Dunedin Ark, a boat which will be built somewhere in Dunedin to house all the information about climate change and the history of South Dunedin.
He says should the worst happen and the whole area be flooded, its history can simply float away in the Ark to be preserved. Stupples says there's a wide range of media being used, from video of ice crystals melting below Antarctic ice to a 3-dimensional map of Dunedin. That Bridie Loney piece shows how much of the suburbs are likely to be affected by climate change, as well as how the harbour's evolved in a century. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
A jury is about to decide the fate of a young Dunedin man on trial for murdering his work supervisor. Alexander James William Merritt denies killing 51-year-old Karen Ann Ross at their workplace, Spotless Cleaning Services. The woman's body was found there on the 2nd of December by Merritt's mother, who also worked at the Strathallan Street business. On Monday, the final Crown and Defence statements are due to be made before the judge sums up the case. The jury is then expected to consider its verdict on Tuesday. The 21-year-old accused has been in custody since his arrest shortly after the incident. Pacific Island postgraduate students gathered on the University of Otago campus today to celebrate their achievements. The event coincides with the publication of their work in Pacific Voices, and organisers say it's a good way to encourage new students to take up postgraduate study.
Otago University Pacific postgraduate students spent the day sharing their work with the public. This is the 13th year of the Pacific Voices Symposium. Organisers say it's a chance to shine a light on the results of a year of hard work.
It's one of those annual events that we look forward to as we celebrate our students and the research and the work they're involved in.
The event was organised by the Pacific Postgraduate Reference Group. There are 120 students who gather throughout the year to update each other on their studies. Some are finishing their postgraduate work and others are just beginning. Karifi Alai says the annual symposiums are hoped to encourage newcomers to pursue postgraduate study.
So it's looking at Pacific scholars as well as Pacific topics and how we can encourage more of our students to go into postgrad studies. Otago being the #1 university in New Zealand on research intensive.
The talks were held on a variety of topics. All the works are published as abstracts in a Pacific Voices booklet. She says many students have pursued academic careers, remember Pacific Voices as their foot in the door.
Because it's the 13th year, we've seen how over the last 12 years, how they have gone back home and being involved in leadership roles and all that, and still hold this dear in their hearts as the first sort of official publication that captured their journeys.
The symposium wasn't only for Pacific Islanders, with speakers from as far and wide as Pakistan and Switzerland. Jack Conroy, The South Today.
An historic central Otago building is back in its rightful place, having been moved from a private property. The Lauder railway station was hauled 400 metres by crane and truck yesterday. It's now sitting about 100 metres from its original location beside the Otago Central Rail Trail. The 112-year-old station is in for a refresh thanks to funds raised by the Lauder Beautification Society. It was sold to a Lauder resident in 1985 when the station shut down. The building will be repaired and repainted before being filled with memorabilia for the public to view. 50 years of the Hare Krishna movement is being celebrated in Dunedin with a ceremony at the Botanic Garden. The Eastern religion was brought to the West, arriving in America in 1966, and since then its followers have set up hundreds of vegetarian restaurants. In Dunedin, Krishna devotees are still feeding more than 200 students daily.
A meeting of cultures and celebrating the passing of time. The Hare Krishna faith came from the East to the West in 1966, when it was founded in America with the birth of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. His worship, the Mayor of Dunedin, Dave Cull, was invited to help plant a kowhai at the Botanic Gardens to celebrate the milestone.
Oh, this is a lovely gesture by Hare Krishna. It's a reminder that in a competitive, consumer-driven world there are other values, and that's what this speaks to. So thank you to Hare Krishna for giving the community this tree and planting it here.
The planting was a team effort between the Mayor and Dunedin Hare Krishna coordinator Jane Beecroft. She's thankful to the city and gardens for allowing the planting of a tree to mark the occasion.
Yeah, it means a lot to us actually, like it's very, very significant. You know, like I was explaining earlier on, our whole movement was started under a tree in Tompkins Square Park in New York, so to have a tree in such a significant place here in Dunedin is very precious to our hearts. Yeah.
The organisation was given a few choices of which tree to plant in the semi-sheltered part of the Botanic Gardens. Beecroft says members chose a kowhai as it felt like a good fit. Dunedin Botanic Garden curator Alan Matchett says it's a hardy plant.
Yeah, the tree that was chosen was very purposely chosen for its type and age. It's about 9 years old now, and it should live a good old age, probably over 100, and fill this site in very well. We've lost a number of trees, so it's a valuable replacement in the ongoing development of the garden.
The Hare Krishna movement in Dunedin follows the religion's ethos of feeding people cheaply and well. Members provide 200 lunches at the Otago University Students Association every day. Beecroft says the faith encourages simple living and higher thinking. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, we'll find out which company is celebrating 25 years in Southland, and Wanaka's latest adventure experience isn't quite a stairway to heaven, although rock climbers may disagree.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Come one, come all to the Oamaru Victorian Heritage Celebrations, a year to reflect on the intriguing world of medicine in the Victorian era. 16th to the 20th of November, www.vhc.co.nz for more information.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Welcome back. A pedestrian has been hit by a car in McAndrew Bay, Dunedin. Emergency services attended the scene of the incident in Portobello Road this afternoon. An elderly woman was hit by a car and suffered a leg injury. The extent of her injuries was unknown at the time of broadcast. Professional investment company Forsyth Barr is celebrating 25 years in Southland. The company's leadership, including Chairman Sir Eon Edgar, made their way to Invercargill for a function last night, and they see great potential for growth in the future.
Since the early 90s, the Dunedin-based company Forsyth Barr has had a home in Invercargill. It's allowed Southland individuals and companies to invest in local and overseas markets. Last night, the company management held a party at the famous Transport World.
Is obviously an opportunity to say thank you to many clients who have been loyal to us for 25 years. There's quite a few clients who have been clients right through that period.
The company itself is 80 years old. In the 44 years Sir Edgar has been involved, he's seen the number of staff go from 6 to 300. He says the Southland economy has plenty of opportunities for growth.
The South's on a roll with farming going well. Well, hopefully dairy gets better, but I mean, generally, it's always been a strong economy, and there's a greater interest in equities and fixed interest, so we're looking to expand down here.
But it's not all about money. Sir Edgar says the thing he's most excited about is catching up with old friends.
Quite a few on the list I've known for a long time, in fact some of them since we were all at university. So, no, it'll be great to see them. Great we're having it at the Truck Museum because, as again, I'm a great admirer of the Richardson family and what they've done. So, no, it'll be a lot of fun, and I'm sure the time will go far too quickly.
He says the key to the success of the company and the Invercargill branch has been the hard work put in by a great team of people. Ruby Spink, The South Today.
After the break on the South Today, a European idea makes its way to Wanaka, and we'll check out weekend weather.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Come one, come all to the Oamaru Victorian Heritage Celebrations, a year to reflect on the intriguing world of medicine in the Victorian era. 16th to the 20th of November, www.vhc.co.nz for more information.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Jaredor.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. An adventurous activity in mountainous terrain has launched in Wanaka. It's called the Via Ferrata and it's a stairway of iron rungs designed for rock climbers who want the added feature of extreme safety. The idea came from the mountains of Europe, where it was once used by farmers and soldiers to access higher ground. The rungs are drilled into the rock and Mark Morrison from Wild Wire Wanaka says safety is paramount.
So when you're thinking about climbing up here, you kind of think that potentially one of the rungs might pull out and you're going to be strong enough to do that. Well, we've had those engineered and tested specifically, and we did it the modern way with a hydraulic ram and some technological equipment.
Morrison says pretty much anyone can do it as long as they're physically active and keen. There are 2 levels of climbing difficulty available at the moment, but there are plans to take the Via Ferrata even higher in the future. You will not catch me doing that. Whew, I'll keep my feet firmly on the ground. We're now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Local and international artists are showcasing work inspired by the potential effects of climate change for a 10-day symposium. The latest research from Pacific postgraduate students at the University of Otago is being shared and celebrated on campus. And Dunedin members of the Hare Krishna movement are marking a milestone with a new tree and plaque in the Botanic garden. And it's time now for tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
And here is today's southern view. It's taken of a flower in Dunedin's Botanic garden. To the situation, the cool southwest airstream is easing as an anticyclone moves across the Tasman Sea. It will allow a milder west to northwest flow to build over Southland and Otago. So what does that mean around the regions? Well, it means a fine day tomorrow for Balclutha and the Catlins, both on 14 degrees. Mostly fine with westerlies for Gore and Lumsden, both on 13. It also means a lovely fine day for Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka. A mostly fine day for Tiana with westerlies and a high of 13. And it means a fine day with sou'westers in Oamaru, a high of 13 there. Otherwise lovely and fine for Marama, Twizel and Timaru, all on 14. And Dunedin tonight, we're expecting it to remain fine. A little bit cool though with 1 degree. Tomorrow, long sunny periods and sou'westers tending northeast during the afternoon. 14 degrees is the high. And on Sunday, and my pick for washing day in Dunedin, high cloud increasing with west and northwest winds becoming strong and gusty with a high of 17. And in Invercargill tonight, any remaining showers will clear. Frosts are possible by dawn. Tonight's low 0. Tomorrow, sunny periods and westerly winds with a high of 14. And on Sunday, cloud increasing with scattered rain developing later on. Strong to near gale force nor'westers, a high of 15. So if you're going to do your washing this weekend, make it tomorrow. And that's all from the team here at the South Today for this week. We're going to leave you now with some shots of the week that was, and we'll see you again on Monday. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.